New screen time recommendations for kids are on the way. Experts say guidelines should now recognize that computers, smartphones, and TVs are part of children's everyday lives.
Oh, wow. Well, joining us now is Dr. Devi Parampal of NYU School of Medicine.
Nice
Hello.
to see you.
I do need some guidance on this. That's kind of disturbing. You know, I don't know.
Well, they're updating the guidelines at
Mm-hmm.
least. So in the past, the recommendation was that if you were under 2 years old, you shouldn't have any screen time. So that's talking about TV, e-readers, cell phones.
It's just not realistic nowadays.
It really is.
Well,
That's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
So that's the controversy. I mean, some people are upset that they're modifying the guidelines because they say the science hasn't changed, so why should we change the guidelines? But at the same time, I think, you know, the purpose of these recommendations is so that parents can follow them and do the best they can for their kids.
If they're too pie in the sky, what's the value of them?
Exactly.
Right.
And so TV is not all bad, so I don't want people to worry at home. I mean, you have shows like Sesame Street that can teach kids to read or about the alphabet. You know, you have other educational apps or other things that they can use on their cell phones or iPads. But the thing is, there are some harms because if they spend too much time in front of the screen, the problem is that small kids especially can have language delays. You know, they don't play with other kids because they're too busy, let's say, playing with
It takes them right out of the whole world. You put Teddy the Tractor or whatever, some video up, and
Bob the
it's all
Builder.
they can look at. Right? It's incredible.
That's true, and that's a good thing sometimes, like if you're on a plane or maybe if you're in a restaurant, right? But at the same time, that's how kids actually learn to interact with others. So even if an adult is telling them to stop making noise, you know, that's still an interaction where they learn something about social skills.
That's right. Social cues, all of that. I mean, it is, and it also would make a kid even more introverted if you're not socializing with other children.
Of course, and then they talk about some of the other issues, which are, let's say, obesity. So let's say older kids, you know, if they spend a lot of time in front of the TV or in front of the screen, they're not exercising during that time. That can predispose them to obesity later in life and those health problems. And even the light that comes from the screen can cause a little bit of an issue in terms of their sleep. So insomnia is another factor. And you don't want kids, especially already there's a controversy about school starting so early that they're not getting enough sleep as it is. So if it's interfering with the time that they go to bed just because of the light, that
I mean, that light, think of the TVs we grew up on compared to these 60-inch HD LCD screens. I mean, that's a lot more light those things are giving out.
Of course.
Just HD, everything else. All right, good deal.
I know. The weekend,
It's a
a lot of people are going to be inside doing all that stuff we were just talking about, Nick.
You think so? Well, probably so with all this, you know, rain that we're still going to be having.